So this week for my flip, I want to build the ultimate unibody MacBook Pro. So what do I mean by the ultimate pre-Retina MacBook Pro? Well, before the Retina MacBook Pros came out, which are not very upgradable, the unibody MacBook Pros have a lot of upgrade options available to them, which means that we can do a lot of changing stuff out. Now, I personally like the 2012 unibody MacBook Pro because it has the same specs more or less as the Retina 2012 MacBook Pro, but it's a lot more upgradable. So we're able to upgrade the RAM and the storage, and it's a lot easier to work on the machine, basically. So for this week's episode, I picked up a very nice looking 2012 for $325. So here's a little bit of commentary about the eBay listing. So let me just walk you through why this is a good deal. So you can see here it says sold for $400. That's actually not accurate. I made an offer for $320 on this. So I bought this for $320. So just keep that in mind. If we look at this, you can see we don't have too many detailed pictures, which is probably why this had been sitting on eBay for a couple of weeks. You'll notice, though, that from here, it looks pretty nice. There could still be some scratching on the outside of the case, but for $325, I'm not too worried. If we scroll down, you'll notice that this guy says, employee just turned in this laptop. This is the only Mac we have on site and don't know how to fix it. The laptop will not boot. Please see error message in the photo selling as is. Comes with power supply. So it's listed as 4 parts are not working, but if we actually look at this, you'll notice that this is a macOS Sierra, actually High Sierra, so at least they were trying to update to the latest operating system. It says the path system installation package's OS install package appears to be missing or damaged. Quit the installer to restart your computer and try again. That is a very, very simple fix. That's just a little bit of corruption with the installer or the updating to the new operating system. This actually happened to me on this computer a while ago, and I got it working just fine. Worst comes to worst, I would have to reinstall macOS Clean, which I would probably want to do anyway because I don't want this guy's information. That's not safe. However, this is a perfectly functioning computer. It's listed as 4 parts, which probably is what caused the price to be so low. But we can tell that this is a perfectly functional computer, and even if the hard drive is damaged, this is the base model with the 500 gigabyte, 5400 RPM hard drive, so I'm going to replace that anyway. That is really not a concern whatsoever. I pretty much lucked out with this one. This is the kind of stuff that you really want to look for because I have 8 gigabyte, I have a couple 4 gigabyte RAM chips sitting around so I can upgrade to 8 gigabytes. I also bought a 2 terabyte SSHD to put in this thing to give it a bit of a spec bump. I think there's a pretty healthy room for profit, especially considering that the charger is included, so I don't have to fork over any cash for that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to upgrade this thing to the max. Okay, so here we have 2 computers. So this is the one that I just showed you on eBay. So when I got this, I'm actually super pleased with how this turned out. So this thing is basically in mint condition. There's no wear whatsoever, even the keyboard. When I powered this on with the hard drive that I'm going to use before I do all the upgrades to it. And this thing has 57 cycles on the battery. This is a really, really nice computer. It's going to look really great once we do these upgrades to it. So this did come in the stock configuration with 4 gigabytes of RAM and the 500 gigabyte hard drive that you get in the stock configuration. But I've already done that upgrade. So what I'm going to do is, so this is the base model logic board. This has the 2.3 gigahertz processor and the 512 megabyte VRAM graphics card. This computer over here, which is not nearly as nice in physical condition and it doesn't have a battery, this has the upgraded, the 2.6 and the full gigabyte of VRAM. So what I'm going to do is take the board out of there and put it in here to make this one really, really nice. Alright, so what I've done now is I have switched the logic board, so this is now with the upgraded processor and graphics. We have 8 gigabytes of RAM instead of 4, and we have a 2 terabyte SSHD, as well as essentially a brand new Apple battery. So this computer is really, really nice right now. I'm very happy with it. Alright, so here is the finished product for our ultimate 2012 MacBook Pro. So the full specs are as followed. We have the upgraded 2.6 gigahertz quad-core i7. We have the upgraded 1 gigabyte NVIDIA GT 650M graphics card. We have an upgraded 8 gigabytes of RAM, and we have a fast 2 terabyte solid-state hybrid drive. Now, I know what you're going to say in the comments below, so I'm going to say it for you. I understand that you can put 16 gigs of RAM in this, and I know that you can put, you know, infinity size SSD and take out the CD drive and put in a hard drive caddy and put in a 20 petabyte hard drive and whatnot to make it the real ultimate MacBook Pro. But keep in mind that I'm making an ultimate MacBook Pro that I can profit off of. I'm not gonna put an extra like $120 into RAM if I don't have to, and I'm certainly not going to buy a 1 terabyte SSD if I don't have to. The sun is really in my eyes right now. It's kind of crazy. So the computer looks really, really nice. It's in absolutely stunning condition, and I actually just got back from selling this, from shipping it out via UPS. So let's run the numbers, and how much did I make with this flip? So the computer itself was $345 shipped. I spent $75 on a solid-state hard drive, 2 terabytes, link in the description of course, and that's it. I already had the RAM and it came with a charger, so our all-in is $420. So the computer, as I mentioned, has just sold for $760. That yields a profit of a cool $240. That is really not bad at all. I am extremely pleased with how this came out. I think I really got a good deal. Hopefully my little overview of the listing was helpful to you guys. If you have any other questions, make sure that you ask them down below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Please don't comment about how this MacBook Pro isn't the ultimate MacBook Pro and how you should put more RAM in it and whatnot. I understand that that is the case, but by investing hundreds of dollars into more storage and RAM, I wouldn't have made any money. So it's really the ultimate MacBook Pro that earns this kind of money. So it's ultimate in its condition, in its processor, its graphics card, and the whole package together. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you are subscribed and make sure you hit the little bell button, because I've got another one of these videos in the works that'll be posted fairly soon, so make sure you're staying tuned for that.